I'm going to show you the best way to cook your Dine refined Scottish themed recipe box. To begin, we will start with the soup. Take a suitable pan, place it on a low heat, and then take half of the butter and add it to the pan and wait until it is melted. Whilst the butter is melting, we can place the scones onto a small baking tray and place in the oven for 10 minutes to warm through. We can now add the diced onion and the diced leek to the melted butter. We're going to cook this over a low heat for around about 4 minutes until they're nice and soft. Add a small pinch of the seaweed seasoning mix. After 4 minutes cooking, we can now place the haddock into the oven as well, and that will warm through for 5 minutes. Now, with the soup vegetables nice and soft, we can add in the soup base mix. We can now increase the pan temperature to medium and cook the soup for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we can remove the haddock and the scones from the oven and we can begin to plate up. We are now ready to serve the first course. Into your warmed soup bowls, ladle in the smoked haddock soup, equally dividing between the two. Then add the warmed smoked haddock, and then you can serve this alongside the cheese scones. Finish dressing the soup with the finely chopped chives. We can now start the main course. Take a lidded pan and place on a low to medium heat, and then add all the remaining butter to the pan and warm through until it is melted. You can now take the baby button onions and place into the pan cut side down and cook for around about 2 minutes to achieve a good colour. We can then add all the remaining diced vegetables to the pan along with another pinch of the seaweed seasoning mix. Then we're going to gently sweat this for around about 3 minutes. Now that the button onions have got a nice golden brown colour, we can flip them over and then add the pearl barley and stock mixture to the pan. In addition, I have added a splash more water before putting on the lid. Then we're going to cook the pearl barley for around about 16 minutes. With the pearl barley now simmering, we can begin to warm through the beef. Place your beef portions and all the sauce into a pan and then cover with a lid and cook gently for around about 18 minutes to warm through. If you don't have a lid, you could always use a small plate. After 5 minutes cooking, put the haggis fritters onto a small baking tray and pop in the oven for 12 minutes to warm through. At this stage, check your beef has sufficient sauce left in the pan. If not, top up with a little water. After 16 minutes, remove the pearl barley from the heat and set aside whilst you cook your cabbage. Bring a pan of water to the boil, add a pinch of the seasoning mix and then add all of the cabbage and cook for 2.5 minutes. You can then drain the cabbage into a colander and begin to plate up your main course. At this stage, you can pop your serving bowls or plates into the oven to warm through. So now, take the pearl barley and add all of the chopped parsley and then stir through to combine. Then divide the pearl barley into your warmed bowls equally between the two. You can now place the drained cabbage into a warmed serving dish and sprinkle with a little more of the seaweed seasoning mix. Next, we could remove the haggis fritters from the oven and begin to put the beef on the plate. Gently and carefully take the braised beef portions from the pan and then with the remaining sauce drizzle over the top of both of them and then place the warm haggis fritters on top. After your main course, your dessert is simply a matter of arranging the shortbread and flapjacks onto a plate and then serve them alongside the 2 dipping sauces. So that's your completed Scottish meal. Cullen skink soup served alongside warm cheese scones, pearl barley, braised beef, haggis fritter with Savoy cabbage, and flapjacks, raspberry shortbread and 2 dipping sauces. Hope you enjoy it, and bye for now.